show you my favorite MAC blushes, and most of them do reside in my Pro palette that I keep on my vanity. I'm going to show you another one too, Mineralize blush. You guys can probably guess what that one is because I use it a lot. And I do use a lot of these blushes in my tutorials. And I do get a lot of questions about basics and starter products, specifically MAC essential products to have, I guess. And I mean, not that you have to have these or anything like that, but they're my essential blushes. I could definitely just use these colors and not feel like I would ever really need any other colors. The first blush I'm going to show is Sunbasque, and this is a fairly new pan, so it doesn't look, it looks so pristine. But yeah, this color is gorgeous. It does have shimmer. It's kind of a bronzed tawny. And here's a swatch of it so you can kind of get an idea of the color. And I actually like to use this blush for a very specific purpose. It's kind of funny because I do like to use it by itself sometimes too, but I actually like to use this one a lot to layer colors. And I'll use this as a base and apply it to the area that I'll normally apply my regular blush colors, and then take a brighter color and layer it on top of this one. It kind of just shines through the blush you layer on top, and it just gives a nice warm cast to your complexion, to your skin. It looks really pretty. So I love this color. That one is Sunbasque again. And the next color is Pinch Me. And I think in the pan this one looks, it is a rose. It's kind of like a rosy pink color, but when you actually apply it to your cheeks, I think you can see that it also has an apricot undertone as well. You can see the swatch next to Sunbasque. This one doesn't have any shimmer. And the way that I always describe this color, it reminds me of almost like it gives you that prairie girl look. It's very, very natural looking flush, and it's really pretty. And I think it's always nice to have a rose tone blush in your collection. I don't have that many of them actually because I think that sometimes they can seem a little boring. Like rosy colors like this, they are the neutrals of blush color. They really do go with any eye look you can think of and any lip color, that kind of a thing. The next blush is one that I've used over and over again so many times in my tutorials, and I always find it just to be a great staple color to have, and that is Prism. And it doesn't look like much in the pan. It's kind of a buff, yeah, kind of like a medium beige, but I find this is the perfect blush to use when I want to emphasize my other features. So say I'm wearing a really dramatic smoky eye, or maybe a strong, bright, bold lip color. I still don't want to forget about my blush, but I want those other features to really stand out. This is the perfect neutral. I think that you probably could get away with actually contouring with this blush. I think that sometimes it does come across as a matte bronzer. It's definitely not one that when looking at an entire collection and array of blushes, that I would get really excited about. You just kind of pass over it. It's not really one that stands out to you, but I can't tell you how many times I've used this. I'm so glad I invested in this color. I do go for peachier blushes, so a lot of them are very warm. I'm going to show you some cooler pinks in a second, but bear with me till I get to those, because a lot of these swatches are going to look fairly similar. So the next blush is Peachykeen, and this one is a peachy pink with golden shimmer, and it's very, very similar to Orgasm blush by NARS, and I would say that you probably, I mean, they're so similar that I would say that you definitely don't need both. However, this one does something that I think the NARS blush can't do. This is one of those colors that I like to layer over top of other blushes, like kind of how I was talking about earlier, layering a bright blush like this one over top of a more bronzy color, just because it does show up when you layer it on top of other colors, whereas Orgasm, not so much. You can build it up, but it just gives you more of an overall glowy, candlelit glowiness, whereas this one you can actually build up, and it can get fairly bright. So I really like this one a lot. Just shows up a little bit better, and it's really pretty good basic peachy pink color to have. So this next blush is Melba, and this is probably my #1 favorite MAC blush of all time, and I will warn you, it's in a sad state right now. I did drop it a while back on a hardwood floor, and it's shattered to pieces, but I'm still holding on. I should probably get a new one by now, but I just can't seem to cut the cord. And I think maybe it's pretty obvious, judging from the name. You can tell it really is a true peach, but depending on your skin tone and what you're pairing it with and that kind of a thing, it can come across as a coral as well. So this is such a versatile color, and I love it. That's why I love it so much. It's a great everyday blush, especially it's just so flattering and just warms up your complexion. It's just such an inviting color, I feel like. And also at the same time, you can wear, this is such a great cheek color for nighttime. If you're going out, that kind of a thing, pair it with a really sultry, smoky eye, and instantly you just have a very modern, glamorous look. The next color is Pink Swoon. And it's a really fresh, bright, cool pink. And this one just reminds me of spring. I feel like this is the perfect blush to pair with any spring look, whether it be pastel, eyeshadow, or that kind of a thing. It just really completes your look. I think it just gives you such a youthful, innocent look. It's a very sweet pink. And yeah, I like this one. This is what the swatch looks like. And another one that I've gotten a lot of use out of over the years, whether it be in tutorials or just every day, especially this time of year, I like to wear this one a lot. And the last, but definitely not least, is Gentle. This is a mineralized blush from MAC, and I would describe this color as a muted raspberry. It's really pretty. It has golden shimmer running through it, which is interesting because it is more of like a cool tone color, but that golden shimmer just, I don't know, it's so pretty. And it's really my lazy girl blush, because every time, you know, whenever I'm not sure what to wear, or maybe I just don't have time to figure out what blush color I want to wear, I just reach for this because it looks good with everything. And I especially like it on, I think on my skin tone, just because I do have more of a yellowy undertone, and since it is kind of a berry shade, some of those purple undertones contrast nicely with my skin tone, so I like this one a lot. That's what the swatch looks like right there in the end. I'm running out of space. But I think it would look good on everyone, honestly. I think all these colors would look beautiful on everybody. That pretty much does it for my favorite MAC blushes. Judging from the swatches all over my hands, I can kind of get a sense of what colors I gravitate towards. Definitely peachier colors and cool pinks. But again, I think those are really wearable colors, and I get a lot of use out of those shades on a day-to-day basis. There's tons of great MAC blushes out there. These are just a few of my favorites. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.